tell me what you like. Go! Tell me what you like. Go!
I've seen things that you wouldn't believe. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
Here we go.
InFINSable.
One. All right, y'all are live.
Yo,
Yo, I
Mike
am just
Lenoci.
throwing this
Mike
up.
Lenoci.
What
There he
up?
goes.
There he goes.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, week one.
Week
Dolphins
one.
recap
Dolphins
podcast
recap
called
podcast
InFINSable.
called InFINSable.
I'm Jared Quaid Campbell. I'm
I'm
a
Jared
comedian,
Quaid Campbell. I'm a
hilarious, and I'm also
comedian,
joined
hilarious, and I'm
by
also
Mike
joined by
Lenoci, a comedian.
Mike
How you
Lenoci,
doing,
a
Mike?
comedian. How you doing, Mike?
I'm in a good mood now. I'm in a great mood.
From the little bit of you I know, I
From
feel
the
like
little
you were
bit of you I
cursing
know, I
out
feel like you were
half the
cursing
team about
out
halftime.
I
about
was.
halftime.
I listen. First of all, Calais came out and set the tone, and then that was it for our defense for the first half. And they were really scaring me, and they weren't stopping the run, and I was getting nervous. And then the offense was no show. Everything. It seemed like the Jags were playing. They were the cops. They were acting like highway patrol. They were.
Yeah, no, fuck the Jaguars.
Yeah,
I knew
no,
we
fuck
were
the
going to win the whole
Jaguars. We
time.
knew I knew we were going to win the whole time. I was calm.
You
But
weren't nervous at all.
No, but
Before we get all into that, right?
let me just
explain
Okay,
this,
okay.
right, guys.
Let me just explain
I'm
this,
a
all right, guys.
bandwagon Dolphins
I'm a
fan.
bandwagon Dolphins
I'm
fan.
solely here because of my
am
brother.
solely
Obviously,
here
I live
because
in
of my
Miami.
brother.
I'm not
Obviously,
in
I
love
lived
with
in
the
Miami.
Dolphins,
I'm
but
not in
this
love with
year
the Dolphins.
I'm joining them as my brother's last year.
Joining them as my brother's last year.
Dolphins to the
17.
championship.
Dolphins
Mike
to the
Lenoci
championship.
is,
Mike Lenoci
Let's go.
is definitely
is
a
definitely
diehard. Would you call
a
yourself a
diehard.
diehard?
Would you call yourself a diehard?
This is the only thing I have left in life that I need to accomplish is see a Super Bowl, and I haven't yet. So that's it.
Ironically, I believe that's the same thing Phil Knight is trying to do with the Oregon Ducks. He's getting ready to put billions of dollars in NIL because he's going to die soon. He's like 85 and he wants to see a championship. So you and Phil Knight got that in common.
If I could pay for a championship, I would spend everything I ever made to get it. Because now I'm 40 and I'm getting nervous.
Oh, okay, yeah. Jesus, you aged yourself. You're 40. You don't look 40.
You're 40. You don't look 40.
Dude. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm going to look older if it doesn't happen soon.
Ah, man, come on. You got at least another 30 years to win a championship.
Championship.
All right, let's talk about the game. Obviously,
let's
we're
talk-
undefeated, 1-0.
Undefeated.
Before we get to the game, I don't know, Alex, if you're ready for this. Before the game, there was an incident. I look at my Twitter. What's going on? I saw that my brother was arrested. He wasn't the star player
arrested, but he wasn't the star player arrested. He was arrested because Tyreek Hill was arrested before the game. Like Miami's face was arrested in his Ferrari. Before the game. Do you have the video, Alex?
Yeah, it's up.
This is a video footage of him with the cop with a knee in his back. Like, that's a strong arrest. This is
going to jail type of arrest.
And surprisingly, he didn't get a ticket. He did not get a ticket. He just got arrested for being
speeding. I guess 10 miles above the speed limit is what they were saying. Also in this video, you really can't see in this video, my brother who parks his car to help him gets out of the car trying to help his teammate that he sees getting arrested forcefully, and then he gets handcuffs put on him because the cop was doing too much. What he told me, it was an aggressive cop that had a little bit of extra oomph on him, and he didn't like the way he was
talking to him.
This is terrible.
This is like literally.
Look at these fans walking by. They're like, wait, what's going on?
I think there's Tua's car riding by him.
I feel like Tua just let him get arrested.
All right, no. Back to me.
All right, back to me. Let me get the camera on me.
Can I tell you the story I heard?
Can I tell you the story I heard?
Can I give you the verbatim?
Yeah.
I give you the verbatim.
The T. All right.
All right.
So
let's drop it.
Brother, he noticed someone getting arrested. They was blocking the street off. He didn't know who it was, and he was just getting ready to turn, but he was like right where you turn into the practice facility. And he noticed. He looked over there. He was like, "Yo, that's Tyreek's car. What the hell is going on?" So he looked and he seen Tyreek getting pulled out of the car. So he pulls over and he gets out of the car and he hears the cop go, "Get back in the car." And he was like, "Hold on, no, hold on. I got to come over here and help my guy." He said, "Get back in the car." And he said, this is right when he had his knee on him. And so he gets off him for a little bit and he goes, "You need to get in your car. We're going to tow your car." My brother's like, "Yo, do what you got to do. I got to make sure my guy's good." And he even said that Tyree was like, "Don't leave, Calais." And I think Jonnu Smith came up shortly afterwards. And they were like, "Well, we're going to arrest you too." And he was like, "You got to do what you got to do." So they put him in handcuffs. And I guess the cop was very upset with Tyreek because he didn't know who he was or whatever. But he was just basically like, he's not. I guess he thought he was a drug dealer. He was like, "Yo, what you got in the car? You got any guns?" And basically Tyreek just got mad about that. I'm not opening my door for you. He was like, "All right, I'm a cop that doesn't have any friends and not likable." And he basically arrested Tyreek. They put handcuffs on Calais. More cops came. They were like, "Yo, these guys got a gang. You know who this is. Calm down." And they let them all go. And it really kind of ruined the morning. I don't know how people thought this was gonna go. But yeah,
what are your thoughts on that?
Dude, wait, so you're telling me that all the other cops came in and were like, yo, do you not know what's going on? I mean, the awareness of this cop to not know. If you're a cop, first of all, if you're a cop, you should know who all the superstar athletes are in your city. That should just be a go-to, just because athletes like to do dumb things sometimes. So you got to know what they look like, right? You're out front of the stadium, and there is a guy in a really expensive car pulling into the stadium. It doesn't take a detective to figure out what's going on here. He's probably on the team.
He thought he was a drug dealer. That's what they told me. And in all fairness, I mean, there's some drug dealers there.
If they weren't in front of the stadium, if you weren't in front of the stadium, sure. If you weren't in front of the stadium and you weren't Tyreek Hill, but like, come on, dude, we were walking around the stadium, and obviously there's a lot of highway patrol guys working the stadium, walking around. I saw a couple young ones, and we were joking around. We're having a drinks, we're feeling loose, and I was like, I hope you weren't the guys. And I'm sure they were hearing that joke all day, because I said that. I go, you guys were hearing this all day. He's like, you have no idea. He's like, but I don't know what that cop was thinking. I wouldn't have done that. Even the cop said that.
My initial thought, this is just me. I'm a conspiracy theory guy.
I'm with you on this.
I was definitely thinking like, yo, maybe Tyreek was at a club one day and big time somebody and was like, fuck you, I'll take your girl. And the dude was like, all right, you don't know Miami. It's a little corrupt. I'm going to call my friend that's the chief of the police, and first game of the season, they're going to make an example out of you. Because it just felt that way. It didn't feel like, how do you not know? It's one thing if you're like, yo, I arrested Javon Holland. Nobody really knows what Javon Holland looks like. Tyreek Hill is like on commercials. He's literally about to race no one allows. This is not a coincidence. I'm calling it. It's a Ferrari arrest gate.
It's arrest gate.
Maybe the NFL put it together just to kind of hype up. It was probably the most trending thing on Twitter this morning, and they want it to everybody to be like, what's going on? Maybe Tyreek was in on this. It was to hype the fans up. Who knows?
But then this is the part that's even cooler. Alex, I need you to get ready with the Tyreek Hill touchdown. Obviously, after getting arrested, my brother plays on the first play on the Miami Dolphins. It's a 13-yard sack against Trevor Lawrence's old team. I don't think Trevor Lawrence was on the team. And then Tyreek Hill in the second half gets a 78-yard touchdown. And his celebration of that touchdown was him getting arrested. What's a better way to handle that situation?
This is where you're going to have conspiracy theorists thinking it's a scripted thing.
It's Tyreek trying to get a celebration. Obviously, his video's a little far. But look,
yeah.
Also, he's like top 5 best celebration artists of all time. Right?
All time. There it is. He's got Waddle taking him away in cuffs.
All right. We are 15
Either way,
minutes
the video is basically Waddle coming up behind him out, pretending. If you guys can't see the video playing,
we are 10 minutes in.
We'll probably put another clip in and edit somewhere. We're 15 minutes in. Can I describe you my first game as a Dolphins fan? Just the experience I had.
My first Dolphins experience I had.
All right. So first time, I played at this stadium. When I was at the University of Miami, it was Landshark Stadium. I played there. I'm familiar with the stadium. I did not know what it's like to be a fan in the heat in Miami in September. It was a miserable experience. Little bit of preface for anyone watching this. My brother Clay has been in the league for 17 years. He's played on the Cardinals, the Jaguars, the Ravens, the Falcons, and now the Dolphins. The last 7 years, he's been mega wealthy, and we've been in box suites. We've been getting food. They've had drinks for us. We got air conditioning, TVs, or other games. It's a luxury experience. This year, he was like, yo, the boxes are sold out in Miami. I can't buy them. We're going to have to do it back like the old-fashioned day. And I'm almost ready to boycott. I don't know if I want to go back to the games anymore. It was hot. I was sitting in between my friend Josh and Davey. They're both like pretty plus-size guys. And so, like, it was just, I was like, yo, I might watch this game on TV at home. It was so hot, I didn't enjoy it. Then you add the fact that we were getting our ass whipped the whole first half, and I was like, what is going on? So, yeah, I don't know about your experience. You're in club level. I heard club level is like different classes.
I had a little bit of shade. We had a little bit of shade, and then at halftime, we're walking around grabbing food and drinks inside, watching the band play, but it wasn't as hot. So, but the only thing, it was, we didn't have the sun hitting us. So that's the best part, because you're over the the roof comes kind of in. But if you're in the lower level on the visiting side, you're gonna get burnt up for sure. But
I just feel like as much as those tickets are in the city of Miami, why have we not domed this motherfucker up? Like, what is what is going on?
it's part of our home field advantage is making those teams fry up. That's why, though, we kind of need it. We need that visiting team to fry up on that sideline.
I don't think heat is a home field advantage. I feel like freezing cold, like if you're Lambeau Field, the Packers, it makes sense. People enjoy hot weather. They play better. They're looser. It's not like people. I mean, maybe you'll cramp up from dehydration. Either way, all right. That was my experience. I think that was my experience. I think they have a video. I don't know if you see my. I actually got a video of a fourth and 3 play where they were on their own line where we were going to have that really clip up. I took it from my glasses. Meta's not sponsoring this, but Meta has these glasses where you can record and you can literally show everything you see. Yeah, but I'm not talking about that until they give me some money. So Mark Zuckerberg, if you're watching this, pay me.
Wow, those are good.
Yeah. That's Davey and Josh.
That was huge. That was a good play.
Davey and Josh.
Yeah. No, honestly, that was a terrible call by that coach. That's the reason why they lost.
Terrible call, but it ended up not mattering because that's right. He ended up missing the field goal on that drive anyways, so it didn't cost them.
I know. Yeah, but I just wanted to show off my my view of where I was at, and a couple pictures of my friend Josh, who might be watching this stream. Yeah, and next game, I need you on Thursday to wear some glasses too, so we can use that for our next stream. All right, let's talk X's and O's. Let's talk football.
All right, let's talk X's and O's.
What were your key plays of the game? What were your key plays of the game? There was any key moments?
I mean, the key moment is our boy Javon Holland. I mean, talk about he saved the game. If Travis scores there, that's the game. We're losing the game. And on the 1 yard line, he punches the ball out. ETN fumbles it. Cater, who was getting picked on, recovers the fumble, and that was momentum for the rest of the game. They were about to go up 24-7, and right there, or it might have been, I don't know if we had 10 at that point, but either way, they were about to go up 24. They were going to get 24, and at that point, it was late in the third, maybe less than 3 minutes. At that point, you were gonna take the steam out of the stadium, probably the players. Offense wasn't clicking yet. Momentum just came on our side, and at that point, they never drove the ball at all. I think they went 3 and out for the next 3 or 4 drives for Jacksonville. So, I mean, what Javon Holland did, I don't know what is going to happen in this offseason, but he's going to be making a statement every game that he needs to be paid long-term because we're paying all these offensive guys. He's like, whoa, don't forget about me. I'm on my last year. So he's going to be playing his heart out. And that's Ed Reed type play. I mean, come on.
I definitely agree. I think without that play, we definitely lose. We're 0-1. I think the offense looked a lot. They were just not clicking at this point. And if we go down 24, I just don't see them doing it. That play, I think, was directly after that. We hit the Tyreek Hill touchdown. That's what I perceive. We get to 14 points. I also thought that one of the biggest plays that kind of got me is the Waddle in the second quarter, it might have been the third quarter. He caught this long bomb and got what I thought as fast as he is, he should have ran away and scored a touchdown. But it seemed like he cut up the field and got tackled. And then we end up going backwards with a Tua sack. We end up punting that ball. And I'm thinking, like, if he scores there, like, we might blow him out. And I think that that's the thing. From an outsider looking at it, I've been a Dolphins fan. They've been known for speed. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, HN, Mozart. All these guys are speed guys. And so the fact that they weren't able to break away. And then my second take of the offense is the run game was non-existent. And I feel like with that being the case.
The O-line was a little rusty, yes.
And if we can't run, it's going to be hard to beat teams. Obviously, Tyreek Hill and Waddle are amazing, but if you can't establish getting 5 yards to run and making sure the defense respects you, it's going to be hard to win. My favorite player of the game, surprisingly, unsung hero, was Jeff Wilson Jr. Like, when he came in with a spark. That's what got us towards the end zone to get that last touchdown. I think that he needs more carries going forward. I know that what's the guy they drafted? Warren Jr. He didn't play.
Jeff
Jr. He didn't play at all.
But I feel like
we got Jeff. Yeah.
Wilson's like, don't forget about me. Wilson's like, he definitely looked like the most elusive back this game. Obviously, he was healthy, so the other guys might have been banged up.
Yeah. I mean, we got a good running back room, but yeah, I think overall, I like McDaniel's run scheme usually, but I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the game to really decide if that was the O-line kind of just not hitting their, what they're supposed to be doing. If they were a little slower getting outside, but Jack's defense is pretty good. That run defense was pretty good. They were pressuring too. I think they got 3 sacks. So let's credit that defense a little bit. I think they definitely had a good defense. But yeah, you can't run. I think what was the final? I think we rushed the ball for 25 carries, 81 yards, average 3.2 yards a carry. That's average, really, below average maybe. Achan ran for 24 yards on 10 attempts. That can't happen. You can't have that. And you're right. Wilson stepped up, 5 carries, 26 yards, 5.2 yards a carry. Run game wasn't there, but offensively,
you sound like a math guy.
Yeah. Offensively, though, our wide receivers over 100 yards, both of them. So, a quiet 300-yard passing game for Tua. It doesn't feel like he had 300 yards, but he did.
Well, 2 of his passes were like one was 57, the other one was 78. So alone, you had 130 on 2 completions.
Yeah.
All right. This is my last play of the game, and this is my favorite one. Alex, if you can cue up the sack from the big man. My brother Calais, his first play was a key play of starting the tone. You said that earlier in the podcast. I just want to show you this. This is his 106.5 sacks in the NFL. Only like 35 people got 100 sacks. He's climbing up the ladder. If he can get another 20 of these, he'll be up like number 3. Oh, look at him! That's a game changer right there. They're not getting rid of that. His sack dance, I don't think they actually showed it. He changed his sack dance. He's always been a baseball swing. Last year he did the Dirty Bird. This year he did a basketball move, but they're going to cut it off. You don't see it. I'm going to talk to him about that. He was going to call in, but he's a little bit tired after being arrested and winning a football game. But next week we can talk to him about a sack celebration because that basketball's not going to work. And I don't know. Maybe he should do the Waddle. I think that'd be kind of ironic and funny.
Dude,
Jalen Waddle celebration.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great. That would be hilarious. He doesn't want, dude. Either way, he looked like he was 24 out there. That was cool. You could tell he's from Miami. He wanted to show Miami, I'm home.
You know how much money he spends on his body work? Like we budgeted. He spends like $300,000 a year on just maintaining his body. From like he has his body work people fly from Arizona and come do body work on him every like Monday or Tuesday. He has a masseuse come and do massages every day, I think, like 3 days a week. And it's not like Deshaun Watson. I think she's an official masseuse. It's not like,
Of course.
He has a hyperbatic changer. The fact of the matter is he plays for 17 years, but it's not because he doesn't invest in himself. Like at this point, he might as well just buy a new body. Like go buy some muscles from somebody who's young. Is willing to sell it, There's a black market for that.
We're gonna need about 10 more of those sacks from him this year, and that will be great. If we can get 10 out of him, this is gonna be a good defense.
Well, the thing that helps is that they're going to be throwing the ball so much. Like on the Falcons, he had 5 opportunities because they were always running, because they were leading. But like with the offense we have, or the offense we should have, I think it's going to allow a lot of opportunities. But he's only going to play like 30 snaps. He's a dinosaur.
Well, yeah, because they got Chop Robinson coming in there. He's a rookie, and then Chubb will come back. They got depth there. They got depth on the line, on the linebackers. That's exciting, which is better because he'll be fresher. So, but I like that he set the tone. And obviously, the rest of the defense didn't want to follow his lead at first, but that second half, they shut them out. They showed up. They were like, all right, let's go. So I would have loved to see him in the locker room. I wonder, even watching, I saw a video of Tua walking into the room. I've never seen Tua do that. Screaming, pumping his arms. Like, that's something I've never seen from Tua. And maybe, I've been hearing stories about your brother and Ramsey and some of these vets in that locker room kind of building up the team and talking like, they've been there. They've been around championship players. They've been around good teams to really talk everyone up.
They have like 70 captains. I feel like it's easier at this point to know how many people aren't captained. And like, I've never seen so many captains. Calais is a captain. Ramsey captain. Tua is a captain. Tyreek's a captain. It's just like, it's kind of weird. Don't get me wrong. They got a lot of veterans. Don't get me wrong. They got a lot of veterans. I think like 6 players on the team that are top 5 highest paid in their position.
This is one of the oldest teams we've ever had too, which is kind of, if you're going for it, that's kind of good.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to get to the, undefeated season. We're halfway there. One of the things that's also cool about this,
One
and
of the
Alex,
things.
can you cue up the locker room video?
Alex, can you cue
I
up the
used to
locker
play
room
football
video?
at Land
I
Shark
used to play
Stadium. It's now
football
Hard
at
Rock.
Land
They've
Shark Stadium.
renovated
It's
it.
now Hard Rock.
I was able to
renovated it.
to
I was
sneak my
able to
way into
to
this.
sneak my.
Like Miami's different. I was just walking in with confidence, like I'm a celebrity, and they let me go all the way to the back. They let me go into the locker room with the players. I stole Gatorade, took an acai bowl. I'm pretty sure the Latino lady thought I was an athlete. She didn't think I didn't play, but I'm like, yeah, ma'am, that was decades ago, and it was really cool to be able to like kind of get a locker room experience at the stadium. And I feel like Miami knows how to treat the family of their athletes. They know how to treat celebrity families. Look at this. This is cool. I waited till everybody left just so we didn't have anything, you know. That's my friend Josh and David. I had to sit in between those guys, and they're not any lightweights. And then obviously there was my brother Calais. That's his outfit he wears at school. I'm narrating it. I'm a little delayed on this, guys, too. So yeah, whatever. Yeah. So that's where we're at. Have you ever been back there? I feel like you have a lot of insight with the team. A lot of people like you. They know you as a comedian. You did stand up for these guys last year.
Maybe years ago, but never after a game like that. I mean, I remember when I was younger, one time I snuck into like where they do the post game interviews one time. I don't even know how I got back there, but like when I was younger, I used to figure out ways in there. But now, you know, I'm thankful they give me 2 tickets, and I'm good right there. I take that right there, you know.
Let's go crashing. Next home game. Let's go crashing. I'll bring you the band I had. We'll go back there. We'll try to get to the media room. We'll be like,
Now,
InFINSable
are you
podcast.
kidding me? Let's go. I know some of the the reporter guys. Some of them I follow on Twitter, and I've talked to some of them. They used to do a Discord on Twitter where they used to do these live post game things. And I used to join in and raise my hand and talk and stuff. So I mean, I'm all about it, dude. I'll watch every press conference. I get to like when we did the show for the Dolphins, it was weird because it's like all guys only. They're young, 20-year-old millionaires. They're not like normal people in society. And I think some of the comedians weren't connected with them at first. So I just started riffing and doing crowd work on them because I knew about them because of their press conferences. I knew what all the inside jokes were. So I was roasting Christian Wilkins, Duke Riley. I was like, that guy's the biggest stoner, because he talks like he's a stoner. I was making fun of Gesicki and Smythe. I was like, who knows? Are they really best friends? Because they were like best friends at the time. It was fun because you just know what's going on. So you get to gauge some of the players' personalities just watching them talk after the game a little bit.
That seems like a highly bombable environment. Like I just feel like not every comedian's gonna get laughs
Not
in
every
that environment.
in that environment.
No, but my buddy Chris Braun, he works for the team, so he was my connect through them, and he did some stand up too. He's one of the videographer guys. He kind of records all the games so they can go back and watch the film and stuff. So he's my connect through there, and he's always been good to me. And he's dabbled in stand up, so he went up too and did some stand up for them. So it made them a little bit looser because they know him, which would be fun now if we're able to do it again. At least they would be like, hey, this is Calais' brother, so it would loosen them up.
Shout out Chris Braun. Also, we did stand up.
We did
a
stand up
show. I don't. Alex,
did
you get that clip? I have a clip for my glasses.
Did you get that clip? I have a clip for my glasses.
If you can put that up, you can. If not,
oh, is that what that was? Now that you had those glasses, I remember now. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's why you were wearing those. You didn't even tell. That's sick.
Yeah, this season we're gonna be following. This season we're gonna be following the Canes. We're gonna be following the Canes too, but the Finns, and doing some stand up around it.
And doing
some
stand up
around
it.
Obviously, it's not doing stand up. This is the audience This is an audience in Boca Raton, Florida. As you can see, it looks like a lot of people are wealthy. This is me doing some material in front of them. I don't know if the audio's playing with this. If it is, it's funny. If it's not, you guys, I was just trying. I was playing around.
I'm used to Miami. Miami's like nobody speaks English. Nobody uses
all right, no, we're not going to do audio on
abs,
this.
All the women have abs.
You guys got to see me live. You killed it. I wish I could have got your host said.
I wish I could have got your host said.
We'll figure out more shows. I mean, listen, I'm gonna try to go to Indianapolis game. We got a show after the Houston game in Houston for sure. I'll be going up to Seattle game. I'm gonna go to that game. We'll have them be in LA for Monday night. Maybe hopefully they come early. That would be great if the team came on a Saturday or something. We were able to set up a private show for them. That would be money.
I mean, yeah, let's work it, man.
We'll figure something out.
Let's work it, man.
We'll keep
Just
that
gotta
going.
keep
Obviously,
talking to them, see what's up.
We'll keep that going.
We're gonna get close to wrapping this, but I just want to talk to you a little bit more about projection of the season. Obviously, as we'll go on, we'll do it as a recap. Where you think we're at right now? Do you think we are a team that gets to the Super Bowl? Do you think we're a team that's a playoff team? Do you think if things went exactly like they went today,
We're a playoff team for sure. We've always been a playoff team. We've been a playoff team for the last 2 seasons, and this year the expectations are at the very least playoffs. If you don't win a playoff game, everybody's on the hot seat. So we're going deep, but right now it's a slow start. But if you look around the NFL, listen, the Bengals lost to the Patriots. That's an overreaction. Bengals are still a playoff team, right? Teams are starting off slow.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bills almost blew it. If you look around the league, people are starting off slow. That's normal because listen, this defense played probably 10 snaps in preseason. These first few games, everybody wants to win, but they are kind of preseason games. They're not like everybody's kind of getting in the motion. It's 17 games. You can start off slow and still go on a 10-game win streak if you're really good. So I'm not saying that they're not trying, but there's going to be some rust. If you watch those first two primetime games, Thursday and Friday night, there was a dozen penalties in both games. People are not, doing their job. So, it's not perfect yet. And I think that we had a slow start on offense. And I think Thursday night, your job is to not start slow, especially against the Bills. So you need to start quickly. And then defensively, they were able to make adjustments and come in and hold it down. So I think that it will be a little bit cleaner. And I honestly, I think that maybe that our offensive line will have a less of a hard. I think probably Jacksonville's defensive line will be a little bit better than Buffalo's. So I think maybe that was a good practice for week 1.
Yeah, no, I'm with you as a bandwagon fan. The thing that was really confusing to me, but it's sort of normal. We were getting our ass whipped. And I felt like the whole crowd was kind of like, oh, don't worry, we're going to win. Like no one ever really felt like, oh, we're going to really lose. I guess the team is so used to team just coming back and having these explosive plays that it was kind of refreshing to be like, oh, don't worry, we still got this. And it was true. Like even if we played like this every game, I still
like even if we played like this
10-7,
every game, I
11-16, we're going to the playoffs.
11-6.
The Bills look
I
terrible.
think that part of the disappointment was
the Bills look terrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, they turned it on in the second half like us, but I mean, it's still not going to be an easy game.
Yeah,
definitely. But I will say that the fan base was just like, you expect to score every drive, and we were just like happening. And it like, if we weren't the number one offense in the NFL last year, then guess what? We would be, as a normal fan base, if this was any other team, if this was the Chargers, they'd be like, what a great win. You know what I mean? We just are so spoiled from last year that we were like, what the heck's going on?
Actually, now that you say that, as far as the crowd goes, and this might be off topic and not necessarily the best football, pound for pound, Miami has the sexiest fans and the most
100%.
I've been at a million different stadiums, and I can tell you right now, half the time I'm like, damn, I'm missing the game. Who was just walking up the stairs?
Who was just walking up the stairs?
Those are the best looking fan base in the NFL. The best.
Yeah, it's just everybody in Miami is good looking.
Everybody in Miami is good looking, man. Even the grandmas. Yeah. Looking 65-year-old woman.
Dude, even the people work in the stadium. You're like, whoa.
But I enjoyed the experience.
I enjoyed that.
I'm going to be back for the Thursday night game and see if it's better at nighttime in the atmosphere.
I will say, dude, cool off. It's going to cool off.
Oh, that's my. Yeah, honestly, I'm getting clubhouse seats. I'm going to talk to somebody. I don't know which team. Talk to Tyreek's family. Hey, Tyreek, my brother got you out of being arrested. Can you give me one of the booth tickets? Because I'm not. I'm sorry.
Tyreek's family. Hey, Tyreek, my brother got.
I can't go arrested to being a regular fan, being a regular guy.
100%.
That sounds so. What's up?
Yeah, 100%. He owes you. Tyreek owes you a favor. He owes the family a favor.
I'm about to ask him about a Ferrari. I'm just saying. Oh, also, I went by the players' parking lot. This is unique. All right. Tua drives a nice Bentley, like a brand new SUV Bentley. Tyreek was driving his Ferrari. I saw all the players' car. Now, my brother Calais is not as rich as Tyreek and Tua. Obviously, they signed big contracts, but he's probably like top 10 richest players in the NFL as far as defensive players go over their career. And he drives a 2017 Tesla Model X. which is which is wild. And then you go into this parking lot and it's like, I mean, I know Miami, you got a strut, but I've never seen more $500,000-$600,000 cars lined up next to each other in my fucking life.
Humble one, man. He knows. He's the mature one.
He's also like a dad, and he has a wife, and he's 38. Like at 38, do you really need a Ferrari? Like, that's like, those years are behind me.
Those years are behind me.
I don't know. I'll take one at 60. Whatever. I'll take one when I can get one.
Definitely. All right, man. We're gonna get close to wrapping this up.
All right, man. We're gonna
is there anything or any special shout out or you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I mean, I just think that, listen, guys, we don't have to overreact. It's week 1. You just saw at halftime, defense made adjustments. Momentum is everything. It was a very frustrating first half, but we will get to where we were last year, and we will be putting up 30 points. And I'm excited. Listen, you want to come out of these first 2 games 1-1 at the very least, but if you can come out of these first 2 games 2-0, I promise you, and you can call me out on it, I promise you, if we win on Thursday, Dolphins are going to be looking at a 7-1, 8-0 start. I will say that. I will say that right now. We might be an 8-0 team if we beat Buffalo.
According to last year's preseason rankings, we have the 5th easiest strength of schedule. And so, like, yeah, I mean, even if we're just warming up, like, that seems like you definitely could be 8-0.
Half of the schedule, that's scary.
Yeah, but by that time, we already should have our wheels greased and moving smooth. I'm looking forward to it. I think the stand-up aspect with us doing this would be fun. I hope that they make it to the Super Bowl. I'm calling it now. Right now, I'm in my brother's condo on the beach, and I'm down here. But like in February, we're going to be in New Orleans. We're going to be taping this in New Orleans as the Dolphins go to the Super Bowl.
In New Orleans, as the Dolphins go to the Super Bowl.
Bookmark that. Clip this, and if we don't make it, send it to me every day for the whole offseason. All right? It's 1 year.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. There's something special about this. There's a reason this happened. All right. I've been talking to you here and there throughout the years, talking about the Dolphins, talking small talk football. It's only meant to be that he gets on the Dolphins this last season and we get to do this. We're documenting something special. The longest tenured team without a playoff win, 24 years, and now 40 years since we've been to a Super Bowl. But now we got something. And we're documenting it. And then we're going to sell it to Netflix. It's going to be an awesome documentary.
We're going along for the ride. No, Netflix is buying expensive. They're like, hey, we want to get the lifestyles of all the receivers and offensive linemen. And like, they're getting like freaking GoPros put on people's heads as they go to the strip club. They are like intense right now, but we hope so. Speaking into existence, Lenochi.
Yeah.
Well, look here, man. Let's wrap up for the week. This has been our first ever episode of InFINSable. That's a working title. I like the name. We're undefeated, baby. 1-0. We're gonna keep this thing going.
Breaking up.
Can you hear me? I don't know. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
It's our first.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this show if he can't hear me, guys. If you're watching,
thanks for watching us every week.
Boom. Take care, guys. We'll see you next week. Undefeated, InFINSable.